June 14th, and we are live on X/Twitter and on YouTube today. We are actually only going to stream for about 30 minutes today. Okay. I am playing something with my daughter before the evening's up. We're going to take and catch a show. So, looking forward to that. Um, got just a couple of things to talk about tonight. And it's really going to be kind of an upbeat thing. Um, I have had a fantastic week and change in coming back to Kickstarter. And the weird thing is that it's been one of those things where I've had a great experience, not just from the people who are talking with me through Kickstarter, but then also the reception that I've had with people on social media being very supportive of the current campaign. And that reminds me, I should probably get that up so that I can see it. I was just helping a buddy of mine out with a stream of his. Let's see here. We are 71 backers. And we are $165 away from goal with 5 days left. That's a pretty good position to be in. But I want to talk about just some of the just incredible outpouring of support that I've seen over these last several days, right? I've had people who have followed the Sonoma Publishing account for years on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We've had people retweeting the posts like mad. Normally, and I say normally, because we have to set the Wayback Machine back to like 2024, before the election cycle and the new government, and as far as the new administration goes, there was a lot of uncertainty around in that time, and so my Kickstarter activity dropped a lot. Maybe that was me, maybe it was the times, I'm not sure. But then also my social media posts were getting about 100 to 200 tops as far as page views, right? And maybe 3 or 4 quote retweets, 10 sometimes, whatever. And I'm looking at X right now, and I had a post we did 10 hours ago when we were $194 away from goal. And we've already got 505 views on this, which is a lot more than I usually used to get. And 13 retweets and quote retweets and everything. So one thing I definitely want to point out is huge thanks to all of you who have been doing that, because you've made a spectacular difference in the amount of traffic that we're seeing on the campaign, right? So that is just incredibly cool. I'm trying to see if we can see the chat. Yes, we can see the chat. Okay, cool. I'm going to take and be sharing a little bit with tonight, and just let you know kind of what we were looking at coming into this campaign. We didn't have a budget for marketing. We really never have. And that's been something that's caused us to rely a lot on just recurring backers, people who have liked our stuff and have come back again and again, which is absolutely phenomenal. So huge thanks to all those guys. But then also people who see us on social media and come out and check out what's going on and help us out. And so we've got, I'm looking at the stuff on X specifically. We've got people who are making comments about, hey, come on out and support Sonoma and their campaign. Get this book funded. This is cool. Back the comic Reign of Ages. This other gentleman circulating this to help. Good luck. Um, Holy crap, this is awesome. Please help my man reach his goal. Just really great, positive, affirming reaction. Bright Blazers, Sam's on the grind. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Um, just really, really neat. And I gotta tell you, last year was pretty rough. We lost my stepfather. I lost a cousin in the summer, and then I lost my dad at the end of August, and that really kind of put the whole kibosh on my year. We only did, I think, one campaign that was for an art print, and then everything else kind of got pushed back and pushed back. But the nice thing was is that we did still get a lot of work done. And by that I mean a lot of the artists I had hired got a lot of stuff done. So we're able to finally start getting back into the swing of things this year. And that's a great place to be. To have art done, and like for in Reign of Ages, all the interiors done, all the lettering's done. That's a fantastic spot to be at this point. Um, and so when Nick and I got ready to launch the campaign, we knew what we needed to get a press run done and get it fulfilled. Worked out the math, came up with it, and people came out and just started supporting it left and right. And I know that a lot of folks say, well, you've only got 71 backers, and that's really, a lot less than what you usually get. Well, yes and no. Because we have, let's see, 115 now, 115 followers who haven't backed the campaign yet. That's pretty good. That's a good number of people to have who are following the campaign before we hit that 48-hour mark. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, with Kickstarter particularly, those last 48 hours are usually your second big bump on your campaign. Your first 48 hours, when your campaign is listed on the new titles, you get a lot of people who are saying, hey, look, they're live and it's on the news section, let's check it out. The people who have supported your campaigns in the past, the people who are following your account, they get notifications from Kickstarter. Hey, Sam Quentin has launched this, or if we're using the Snowpa Publishing account, Snowpa Publishing has launched this. Sorry. And so those are your two big bursts of pledges, right? So we'll probably get, and this is experience talking, so it could go anyway, up or down, but we'll probably get around 30 backers or so just in those last 48 hours. So long as, I say this is with the caveat that so long as we can get to goal in the meantime, which I think we can. I think that's going to be very, very likely. We've had a few backers today, yesterday, and then we'll go ahead and be actively sharing stuff on social media tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. And get this party rolling. I personally am probably going to go ahead and order books on Wednesday or Thursday. Yes, before the campaign's over. It's a little risky because I'll be, really sticking my neck out a little bit. But I think that it's a good idea in that it will shave a few days off the time that we get the books back in, right? And the thing about that is that getting the comics in and getting to fulfillment as quickly as we can is a great spot to be in. And when I'm really excited about, I really like it when fulfillment rolls out pretty well. And we've got our Gemini mailers, we've got our bags and boards, we've got our tape, we've got everything ready to go ahead and get our fulfillment done. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the digital files uploaded to drive through um, here pretty soon. Probably Thursday or maybe Tuesday. It kind of depends. And I realize that seems a little odd, but I've got a family member who has a birthday on Wednesday that um, I'm going to be a little busy for a few hours on that. Uh, so that's important. But oh, big stretch. There's this fantastic thing about crowdfunding. Um, yes, getting your book out and putting it in people's hands, and then there's also this thing where you get to see that people believe in you enough to put money on your project, especially when you've been doing this a long time and you see folks come out and say, "Yeah, man, we're gonna get this done. We'll get this funded. It'll be cool." So I'm really feeling that right now, and it feels a lot like it did in the first couple of years when I was crowdfunding. And it was just like, holy crap, this is so incredible. And even years and years and years into it, even in 2024, it was like, man, these folks are great. They've made this happen and they've made this happen. It's just a great feeling, I guess, is the short form version of it. But I'll tell you, I've got so much I want to make. So many things I want to produce and send out into the world. So many stories I want to tell, games I want to create. And one of the tricky parts is to not get ahead of yourself. You don't want to just dash through a project and on to the next one. So we took our time and we got Reign of Ages 4 done really well, I think. Nick did a fantastic job on the art. And then we got Damien Torres finished up the artwork for the Tibby's 4th of July art print. We're doing a campaign on that one shortly after we finish after the Reign of Ages 4 campaign ends. And that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a short one. It's going to be like 7 days, and then we're going to be shipping stuff like mad. But that's kind of cool. It's a beautiful piece too. So for those of you who are watching, let me get this in a is completely safe for work. Before I share this, let me make sure I get this so that we're not having. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and share this screen then. If I can find it. There you go. Beautiful work by Damien Torres. Really great, just spectacular imagery. Really love to see what he's doing with this. And now this is not going to do justice with this particular image. This is a lower resolution file that was used for the Kickstarter campaign, but the shine on this is amazing, absolutely amazing. Go ahead and stop sharing that. I think that I'm going to take this moment and maybe go out on a limb a little bit. And so for anyone who does come in and is watching this, go ahead and comment even after the stream's done and you're watching it like on YouTube or whatever. I do see a lot of people crowdfunding materials and telling their stories and just having a blast doing it. Um, and then sometimes I see folks who are pulling in 15 or 20 or $25,000 and they seem so miserable even despite the success they're having. And I feel bad for them because I mean getting your project funded by people out in the world who chose to believe in you, who put their faith in you, I think that is a fantastic feeling. But I think maybe in part it just might be my personal disposition. I find it really reaffirming when I have an idea that I want to see come to fruition and other people seem to like the idea and want to see it come to fruition too. I think that's really exciting. I think that's really, I don't know, kind of lends strength to your conviction, puts wind in your sails, as it were. So I'm going out on a limb, and I just wonder what makes these guys unhappy. Maybe, maybe it's all the internet drama that seems to fling around different content creators and writers and artists. I saw some bizarre comments on social media this week from people who, you know, claim to love to read and look for new authors, and really huge amounts of trash talk from different people in comic creating. Not so much in the TTRPG space though. I really don't see that much there around there. Um, I have seen a lot of people really freaking out about um, work opportunities in the TTRPG space, but I mean, comics space has been having that problem for years now. So I do wonder if part of the maybe part of the thing that is hurting those people is the negative social media commentary. I don't know. There for a while, like my X/Twitter stream was my feed there. The algorithm was showing me stuff. I don't know. I was just, it was bizarre. But thankfully, seems to have curated a little bit better now. I'm seeing more upbeat kind of information, really encouraging stuff by other creators. Um, Seeing people who are asking about, well, how can I get my comic made with this, and this, and people, giving genuine, honest, helpful information. Now, on the flip side of that, there was a whole lot of drama with Stripe and Kickstarter and not safe for work content and all that. That has really, really affected me and a number of other people. For me, it's really only affected me for Tibby or time traveling psychedelic mushrooms, because we have a cover. This is probably safe to show now. That is not safe for work, right? So this is the not safe for work cover for Tibby or time traveling psychedelic mushrooms issue 2, right? That turned out better than I thought. But beautiful art by Damian Torres, right? Just absolutely exquisite. Um, I don't know, man. People want to equate, nude scenes with pornography, and I just don't think that's the case. I think you can have artistically done nudes like that cover, and it be, a wonderful work of art. But turning loose AI to comb through people's campaigns and look for little things that they might be able to disqualify them for. I don't know. I don't like that. I think it takes the human judgment out of things. But that's just me. This week has been, like I said, a pretty good week. Work was busy, but rewarding. Got a lot done. Still got a lot to do. Had some really productive conversations with a number of artists. Finalized a promotional deal with an influencer channel so that we can get some support on our next Kickstarter campaign. That was pretty cool. And really got to enjoy some fantastic art from Damian Torres. Seen some really fantastic work. I use fantastic too much this week, I guess. I've seen some beautiful things being done by the different artists I work with, and not just necessarily pieces that they're creating for commissions for me, but things that they're creating for any number of different people, right? Anthony Ojeda sharing stuff on his Instagram that he's creating just because he was inspired. I love that. So many incredibly talented and gifted folks. Damn, it's good to be back creating stuff. It feels, I don't know, it feels like my spirit's lifted. It feels like a little injection of joy. And the weird part is I feel that way and we're not even to goal yet, you know? And people are saying, you know, let's get him funded, let's get him funded. Man, that's so freaking awesome. It is. It's fantastic. Thank you guys for doing that. We are going to get there because I am confident that people love this title and want to read it. And man, that feels so good. That feels so good. I can't say that I do this just for the love of the game because I do have a motive, you know, and that motive being to create something that I can leave to the kids, specifically to my youngest son and my youngest daughter. Right? And those two little ones motivate me like crazy. Hey, Warren, what's up, man? I was just talking about motivations and how it feels so good to be back to creating stuff. And brother, it feels really good. By the way, congratulations on 201 subscribers on your YouTube channel. That's freaking awesome, man. Give it another year, and we'll be not seeing you with 1,000 plus. No doubt. No doubt. I was on with our mutual buddy on the Dingus Den the other day. I don't want to say his name because I don't know if he's ever said his name on channel, so I don't want to give his name out. You know what I mean? But it was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. Apparently, he's got a pretty good number of views from it. I think the last time I looked at it, it was like 50 views or something. But he messaged me and saying it was doing pretty well, so that's pretty cool. You know, I'm going to take a little side tangent here, guys, to talk about my buddy Warren, Lunchbox Comics, right? Warren Warren has just completely, just by being him, managed to inspire at least two different artists that we know of to keep pushing. He was telling us about an artist he met last year who he talked to her a little bit, and now she's doing conventions. Had that kind of confidence come up, and I had a conversation with a kid at Lexicon game convention, a kid who draws, and he's colorblind just like Warren is. And I was telling him, I said, my buddy Warren, he just kept drawing every day, and now he's made his own comic. By the way, guys, check out Sig and Joe if you haven't already by Lunchbox Warren. It's a really good series, a really good title, rather. I like it. Series. Lunchbox doesn't have like a whole lot, but he has a big, 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 thick, beautiful book of stuff. And you're like, it's not a whole lot. There's a ton of shit in there, man. That's a lot of pages. Oh, man. But yeah, it feels good to be, back to Kickstarter. But I'll tell you, Warren, man, if you look at my feed on Twitter, and just some of the cool things that people have said to me and about me and stuff over the last week, since, well, a little more than a week since the campaign launched. Dude, it's been really great. People have been incredibly kind to me. Incredibly kind. Um, can't say I deserve it, but damn, I do appreciate it. It's been really nice. This whole stream has kind of been about, I guess, about gratitude. I feel very thankful. Very, very thankful. And the funny part is like I was saying earlier, we're not funded yet, but we're so close. 5 days left. Man, thanks, Warren. I appreciate that, brother. I really do. I really, really do. It's good to have good friends. I've said this for years, and it's really very true. I have far better friends than I deserve, and that's the God's honest truth. It really is. But this stream is gonna be short, by the way, Warren. Quick heads up: we're gonna be wrapping up in about 5 minutes, just because I have plans tonight. We are Willow and I are going to go catch a show late. Late, it's a late show, but we're gonna catch it tonight, and then I get to be up in the morning at 6, making breakfast for us, and then getting to work at 8. It's gonna be fabulous. Oh, I love it, man. I love it. But I'll tell you, I feel pretty damn good right now. I really do. By the way, how was your show, Warren? I know you were all set up and it looked great. You had several pieces that I recognized that were on display there. How'd that show treat you? I'm interrupting his train of thought, I think, guys. So we'll see. Give him a minute. While he's doing that, I still have some things I have to do tonight and tomorrow. I've got a public video to generate for Reign of Ages issue 4. I've got a Tibby and her time traveling psychedelic mushrooms update to do. Hey, Warren. Warren, being profitable, man, that is fan freaking tastic. I love being profitable. It certainly beats the alternative, doesn't it? Man, that's awesome. $200 over table cost? Hell yeah. That's really good. And that's, I think you usually do what, 1 or 2 shows a year, 3 or 4, something like that. I'm going to try and get 4 in this year, so I need to do 2 more. I've got a little library show that I like to do every year. I'm going to try and do that one. And then there's another one I'm hoping to do in Indiana. It's a little outside my comfort zone, but I really do want to do it. We've got a few people watching now too, it looks like. So, guys, if you have any comments or questions, just make sure you shoot them in there. Now, the one thing too, you had a great time. Well, that's also really important because I have seen in just the few years I've been doing conventions, I've seen people who very obviously did not want to be there. They weren't having a good time. And then that just made their whole weekends drag. right? But I mean, if you're having a good time, that's huge. Um, like I like it whether I'm by myself or I actually have more fun when the kids are with me because they're just they have a blast, man. Especially my youngest Willow loves conventions. You know, whether she's cosplaying or whether she's just selling stuff or whether she's walking through the convention and buying stuff and trading stuff or whatever. Man, she loves it. She has a blast. And when we go to the big Lexington show, the Lexington Toy and Comic Festival, usually we've got a couple of my buddies that'll come down and walk with her while I'm manning the booth, and they'll walk with her. So it looks like she's got these guys bodyguarding her as she walks around, which is always a hoot. Yeah, and too, if you're looking to find more conventions in your area specifically, reach out to Adam Watson. Adam knows a lot of shows in that area, right? And I'm sure he'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction. Absolutely. That's a big one. So Warren, what should our topic next week be? Because we're gonna do a full hour show next week as opposed to the half hour one we're doing today. So if you got any ideas for topics, or not just Warren, everyone who's watching right now, if you've got any ideas for topics for next week, anything you'd want me to talk about, go ahead and put them in the chat. I'll check those out probably throughout the week, and then finalize what we're going to be discussing on like Friday, and then get that done. But we have done our half hour, and I am going to go get out of here and treat my youngest daughter to a show. And for all of you out there, I want to thank you guys for watching this, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching it on the replay. Sweet, sweet Warren. I appreciate you, brother. Um, whenever you watch this, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching it. I have found that I have I've actually been enjoying doing these streams. But I do tend to just kind of like vomit out what's on my brain at the moment. So I'm not a great streamer by any stretch of the imagination, not even a proficient one yet, but I'm working on it. And I am hoping that in some way, maybe I can entertain or inform or in some way assist the people who are watching this with some of the experiences I've had. And maybe, if nothing else, give them a little laugh. But I'm going to leave that there with you guys tonight. Please do remember to take good care of yourself and your loved ones. Remember, if you have any medications or therapies you're supposed to be doing, make sure you take them correctly. Stay hydrated, get a little exercise and some sunshine. And please do remember that in a world where you can choose to be anything, please do choose to be kind. And again, I'm Sam Quinton with Sinopa Publishing right here in Frankfort, Kentucky. Hope you guys have a wonderful night.